It began with a whisper. Emma had just moved into the old Victorian house on the edge of town. The realtor called it a fixer-upper, but to her, it was a dream come true. The creaking floors, the dusty chandeliers, the faint scent of lavender in the air. It all felt like home. But on her first night, as the wind howled outside, she heard it. A faint whisper, so soft it could have been her imagination. It came from the walls. "Help me." Emma froze. The voice was barely audible, but it was there. She told herself it was the wind, the house settling, anything but what it sounded like. The next day, she found a hidden door in the basement. Behind it was a small, dusty room with peeling wallpaper and a single chair. On the wall, scrawled in what looked like charcoal, were the words, "I'm still here." That night, the whispers grew louder. "Let me out." Emma's heart raced as she searched the house, flashlight in hand. The whispers seemed to come from everywhere and nowhere at once. She followed them to the attic, where she found an old journal. The entries were frantic, written by a woman named Clara. The last entry read, "They sealed me in the walls. I can hear them laughing. Please, someone, find me." Emma's blood ran cold. She dropped the journal and backed away, but the whispers turned to screams. "Find me!" The walls began to crack. Dust rained from the ceiling as something clawed its way out. Emma tried to run, but the door slammed shut. The last thing she saw was a pale skeletal hand reaching for her. The house still stands, empty now. But if you listen closely on a quiet night, you might hear the whispers. And if you do, don't answer. Emma woke up in the cold, dark basement. Her head throbbed, and her hands trembled as she tried to piece together what had happened. The last thing she remembered was the skeletal hand reaching for her, the deafening screams, and then nothing. The air was thick with the smell of damp earth and decay. The hidden door she had discovered earlier was now wide open, revealing a long, narrow tunnel she hadn't noticed before. The walls were lined with strange symbols, glowing faintly in the dark. The whispers returned, but this time, they were different. "You shouldn't have come." Emma's flashlight flickered as she stepped into the tunnel. The symbols on the walls seemed to pulse with a faint, otherworldly light. She could feel the weight of the house above her, pressing down as if it were alive. At the end of the tunnel, she found a chamber. In the center stood an ancient, rusted mirror. Its surface was cracked, but as Emma approached, she saw movement in the reflection. It wasn't her. A woman with hollow eyes and a tattered dress stared back at her. Clara. "You shouldn't have come," the reflection whispered, its voice echoing in the chamber. "But now that you're here, you'll never leave." Emma stumbled back, but the ground beneath her gave way. She fell into a pit, landing on something soft and wet. Her flashlight revealed the truth. She was surrounded by bones. Dozens of them. Some old, some fresh. The whispers grew louder, merging into a cacophony of voices. "Join us! Stay with us! Forever!" Emma screamed, but no sound came out. The walls of the pit began to close in, the symbols glowing brighter as the whispers reached a fever pitch. Above her, Clara's reflection appeared in the mirror, smiling. "Welcome home," she said. The last thing Emma saw was the walls collapsing around her, the whispers drowning out her thoughts. The house still stands, silent and empty. But if you pass by on a quiet night, you might hear the whispers. And if you're foolish enough to enter, you'll find the hidden door in the basement. Just remember, once you go in, you'll never come out. Thank you for joining me in the shadows tonight. If you enjoyed this chilling tale, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more spine-tingling stories. The darkness has so much more to share, and I'd love for you to be part of this journey. Hit that notification bell so you never miss a story, because you never know what's waiting in the next video. Until next time, stay curious. But maybe keep the lights on. See you in the next nightmare.